Hi, welcome to a brand new live watercolor tutorial. Today we will be painting a butterfly, so let's get to it. And I'm going to turn my camera around. Okay, and it's going to shake for a few seconds. Hi everyone. Hi. Good morning. So, okay, my phone is not focusing. Oh my goodness. Okay. There. All right. So my outline to this butterfly is in the description of the video if you would like to download it and transfer it onto your watercolor paper. And I also have a link to photos of this butterfly in the description as well. Good morning, everyone. So last week we painted this butterfly. So if you would like to also check out that live watercolor tutorial, I will link that in the description of this video. So today we will be painting it's called the plain butterfly. So I have a photo of it here in my butterfly book. So this is kind of what the butterfly that we will be painting today. As you might notice, if you go on Google and you search photos of this butterfly, there aren't very many good reference photos. So I thought that I would show you this photo here in my book. And what was I going to say? Oh my goodness. Okay. Hi everyone. Hi Sarah. Hi Joyce. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sydney. Good morning, Eva. Michelle. We have Allison. Hi Allison. We have Desiree and Debbie. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to go over my supplies. I have 2 jars of clean water over here to my right, and I have my Arches cold pressed watercolor paper, and I also have my brushes here. Oops, I just dropped one. That I will be using. So all of these are linked below in the description, but I'll be using my Princeton Neptune brushes, and I might also use this Filbert Grainer brush from Princeton. And I might also use this white gouache here for little highlights and details. And let's see, for my paints, I am going to be using some colors from a subscriber of mine, Allison. She sent me some beautiful watercolor paints, and so I thought that I would try these out for this painting. So these 6 paints here are linked in the description. So I have some yellows here, and I have some browns, a blue. This is like ultra, I think it's called ultramarine or something like that. And then Payne's gray, and I will probably be using black. So yeah, so I'll be using like yellows, blues, black, and brown. Hi Hannah. So let me know in the comments or the chat if you'll be painting this butterfly along with me. And let's get started. So I think first I am going to use my size 12 round brush to first, let me think about how I want to start. I think first I'm going to paint in the yellow and the blue areas of this butterfly. I think that's how I'm going to start. So actually I'm going to use my size 8 round brush here. So this butterfly is part of the Love Butterfly Challenge, which is currently happening. So if you want to learn more about that challenge, I linked details of the challenge below in the description. Okay, I'm just cleaning off my palette a little bit. So if you've been partaking in this challenge, let me know who here has. I know, I think Sarah, you have, right? Desiree has, Allison has. Okay. So I am taking my size 8 round brush, and I think first I will paint in maybe the blue areas, which are this round spot. Hi Liz. Liz says that she painted my rock with the underside of this butterfly, so going to paint on hot press Arches watercolor paper with you. Nice. Yeah, Liz, she's painted some butterflies on rocks, which is really cool. Okay. So I'm going to take this blue color here. Yeah, this is like, this is from Schminke, I think. I think I said that right. And it's, or maybe it's not. I don't remember. I think it is. Yeah, it's called Ultramarine. Feist, something like that. It's linked in the description. Hi, Grain. How are you doing? You're still living in London, right? How is that going? Okay. Now, I think I might mix a little bit of, this is called Chinese White from Winsor & Newton. I think I might mix a little bit of this into this blue. I'm kind of going off of the butterfly that's in my butterfly book. So I do have a link to this book on Amazon if you wanted to see what book I'm using. Okay. So I think I first just want to paint this blue like very light, and then maybe once this dries I will add another layer, or like add a bit more blue to make some areas a little darker, just to give it more depth. And I'm not like too worried about staying inside the circle because I am going to paint around this and like with black. Hi Ashton. She says, I feel so behind on my butterflies last week. My goal is to catch up today. Yeah, I was behind for a day, which was kind of stressful because I feel like since I'm hosting the challenge, I need to like stay on top of these butterflies. I'm just really glad that I made this challenge be like every other day, so like 2 days per butterfly, because I feel like that is way more doable than one butterfly every day. yeah, so I'm really glad I made it be 15 butterflies in 30 days. Hannah says, I've started 5 of the butterflies and finished 3 of them. I'm starting this one today. Awesome. Eva says, as I am behind in the challenge, I'm going to finish the American Painted Lady and start the Miami Blue. Yay! I don't know if you know, I think you were there in the last live, but we painted the Miami Blue. In case you wanted to follow along with that tutorial. Okay, now I'm going to, I cleaned my brush and I'm now going to paint in the yellow areas of this butterfly. Green says, yes, still in London. It's lovely and sunny and it's a bank holiday weekend in the UK. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure how London is with the current circumstances. I don't know if you guys are like on lockdown or not, and how that is like in a city. I don't live in a city, so I can't even imagine what it's like during this time to live in a city. Okay, so right here, this yellow is called Hansa Yellow Medium, and it's from Daniel Smith. And this one is called Yellow Deep, and it's from Senlier. I think I said that right. Thank you, Allison, by the way, for these paints. It's just, I'm so happy and excited to try these out and paint with them. Okay, so I'm first going to try to paint like a very light layer. I'm going to use this Hansa Yellow Medium here with a good amount of water. Trying my best to stay inside this butterfly. Sometimes I accidentally paint outside. So I'm like trying to use the very tip of my round brush. Desert says, I am painting the large striped swallowtail still. Yeah, I saw that in your Instagram stories. It's looking really nice. Okay, so I'm looking at the photo in my book of this butterfly, and it looks like this yellow kind of fades into the black. So I'm actually going to kind of paint this yellow more up here, even though there is only a little bit up here, if that makes sense. Because when I go back in with black, I will then, what am I trying to say? I will then touch up this area here with black and only have a little bit of the yellow show, if that makes sense. So most of the yellow is right here. Like I have this line, so it starts to become darker, like with black right here. Okay, and I'm going to kind of wipe some of this away, kind of make it a little lighter. So I have clean water in my brush, and I'm just trying to wipe some of this yellow away. Okay, yeah, Eva was here in the last live. I knew you were. Desiree says, I have this plain butterfly sketched out too. Might start that one too if I finish the base layer on this swallowtail. And then she says, that's a nice blue. Yeah, I like this blue a lot. It's really pretty. Payne says, yes, still in lockdown, but they have started to ease restrictions. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh my gosh, I totally agree with you. I live in Indiana, and in my state, they're starting to reopen. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. My mom, she is a nurse, and she is taking care of people who have the virus. So, you know, like she's, like, I don't know, it's still out there and people still have it. And yeah, it's just, I don't know how I feel about that. Anyways. And I was out yesterday getting groceries, and there were like, businesses are starting to open back up. It's just weird. It's just very weird to me. Like, seeing all of these public places starting to open back up, and yet we are all like still wearing masks, or at least most of us, and trying to avoid the virus, but yet we're like going out. Anyways, it's just a weird time. So like I did over here, I'm going to, even though the yellow is like at this line, there is still a little bit of yellow up here, so I'm just going to paint this whole area yellow up to about right here. Okay, and I'm going to wipe some of this away with my brush. Okay. Gordon says, I miss London life, the good bits of it, but trying to stay positive as much as I can. Yeah, I think that's all we can really do. Just stay positive. Sarah says, some places here in the UK are starting to open. And Michelle says, living in one of the hardest hit areas in the US, I'm not comfortable with it opening back up again. It was very unnerving how bad things got. Yeah. Michelle, do you live like in New York? I know Hannah lives in New York. Where is it that you live, that like where it's bad, like really bad? I'm curious. Or maybe you live in Michigan. Is it Michigan? Okay, and yeah, and now I'm going to wipe some of this yellow away too. Okay. Yeah, Hannah says, yeah, I live in upstate New York. They are just starting to lift some of the restrictions, but I think most people are skeptical still. I'll be praying for your mom. Hard work for sure. Yeah. Yeah, my mom. It's too bad I can't visit her for a while. But I just hope that people she's caring for are like will overcome it, because they're in a nursing home and they're all like older. So Michelle says, I'm in Connecticut, a 45-minute drive to Manhattan. Yeah, so you're really close to the, yeah, I can definitely see how where you live is one of the bad places, one of the worst places. Okay, so next I am going to build up like the color in the yellow and the blue a little bit. I kind of wish I made this blue a little lighter, but it's okay. So I think I will add some of like another layer of blue in some areas to kind of give it more depth, more yeah, that's the word, more depth. I feel like today I can't talk or something. Okay, so I'm going to take this blue that I was using. Maybe I'll just use it right out of the pan. And I'm going to darken the outer parts of the spot. And then I'm cleaning my brush and I'm loading clean water in it, and I'm going to blend this dark blue into the light blue. There. Allison says, we have been lucky here in East Tennessee in Sevier, I think I said that right, Sevier County. We have had only a few cases, but we are starting phase 2 of reopening. The tourists are going to start coming, so fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully you guys stay safe with all the tourists coming. Hi Patricia, how are you doing? Yeah, I woke up today and I was like, yay, I am really excited for this live video. I'm starting to not be as nervous doing these, and yeah, I like woke up really excited for this. They're a lot of fun to do with you guys. Okay, so yeah, I'm blending this blue with clean water in my brush into the dry blue. by the way, we do have a like goal today. If this is the first live video you're attending, we try and do like goals. This way it'll help help my video reach more people. So our like goal today is 35 likes. So if we get to 35 likes, I will show you my first ever, well, my first 2 portrait paintings ever in oil. So I don't paint people usually, like ever, but I do have, like, I did attempt it a few times and I still have them. So if we reach 35 likes, I will show you those 2 portraits I painted 2 years ago. So yeah, okay. Now I'm going to build up this yellow here. I think I might use this gold from KMS Watercolor, or maybe I'll use this gold here from the Metallic Accents pan set. I'm not sure what one I want to use. So I might use one of those golds, and then I'll use these 2 yellows. Sarah says, the isolation is making my anxiety bad. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Michelle says, I painted 2 butterflies so far. Trying to paint some more. Awesome. Yeah, Michelle's doing a 100-day challenge. So she's been doing that and also trying to paint butterflies for this challenge. So that's pretty awesome. Patricia says, that's great. Doing live videos must absorb so much energy. You need to be paying attention to so many things. Yes. Usually after these live videos, I am so exhausted that I have to take a nap. And yeah, they tire me out, but it is so worth it. Seriously, I love doing these. Okay, so I'm going to take this yellow here. It's called Yellow Deep, and it's from Senlier. And I'm just going to darken up some of this yellow in areas. So maybe kind of where the veins will be, I'll kind of darken up the yellow. And now I'm cleaning my brush and I'm adding some clean water to it, and I'm going to blend this yellow into the dry yellow to make like a nice soft effect. Hannah says, oh, to Allison Evans, yikes, Taurus. My area had a huge influx of people from New York City. I don't blame them to escape the city at all, and actually welcomed them. Unfortunately, many were not so hospitable. Oh, that's too bad. How far away are you, Hannah, from New York City? I'm curious. I'm going to add some more of this yellow here. Grace says, are you interested in painting people or do you prefer not to? Oh, I have to say, sometimes I do want to try and paint like a portrait. Like maybe a portrait of a girl with like moths or like animals and stuff. But fear has always like prevented me from doing that. Yesterday I was just thinking about how like different and nice it would be to paint a portrait. I was thinking like with oils, but I just don't because of fear. I don't know. Maybe someday here soon I will decide to try it. Anyone else like go, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Anyone else struggle with fear of painting something that you kind of want to try but you just don't? You never do? Okay, I think that's fine for now. I think actually I'm gonna add a bit more. Okay, now I'm going to work on this wing. Hannah says, oh yay, portraits. Every time I try to draw a picture of someone, it never looks like them. Portraits are so difficult for me. Like, at least the few times I've tried to paint them, but you know what? I think that's normal. Usually the first time you try something, it's hard. I've never tried painting a portrait or like people in watercolor. I feel like it would be so much more difficult than oil. So every time I think of painting a portrait, I usually think of painting it in oil because it just seems like it would be easier. Since with watercolor, it's harder to fix your mistakes, and I feel like I would make a lot of mistakes. Allison says, I have that problem too. So she also struggles with fear of painting something that she wants to paint but just doesn't. Patricia says, fear really paralyzes us from doing so many things. Yeah, that's very true. Green says, I have ideas but struggle to get started sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it's just hard to like start a painting. It's intimidating, like seeing a blank piece of paper or canvas. That's kind of why I like to plan my paintings, like draw them out first, sketch them out, kind of have a good plan. That usually helps me overcome fear of starting. Ashton says, I get the same way with portraits. I feel more comfortable zooming in and painting certain features on their own than painting a whole face in one frame. Cindy says, I don't love painting portraits, but I do them anyway. I much prefer animal portraits to human ones though. Yes, I'm the same way. I like painting animals so much, and I don't know, I feel like I would prefer painting animals, but there's something, like, sometimes I feel like it'd be really cool to paint an animal with like a person. Like to kind of try that out and stretch out my skills. Desiree says, but humans are among the most difficult things to paint. Yeah. Michelle says, always feel fear, but push through so I can grow. I usually don't show any of those awful pieces to anyone. It will be nice to see my beginning when I get better. Yeah, definitely. Allison says to Hannah, I love Vermont. I was born and raised in New Hampshire. New Hampshire. So it was not far from there. Vermont is beautiful and relaxing. I have never been over there. I've never been to New York. I've never been to like the upper, like eastern part of the US. But I would love to someday. I have been to Washington, D.C. and like North Carolina, I think, a long time ago. That's basically it. I would love to travel out there someday. Okay, now I'm going to paint in his body right here. So I'm looking at the photo in my book, and at least from the photo in my book, his body has some brown, so I'm going to start with some brown. Here I have, it's called Sienna, and it's from Daniel Smith. I'm just going to add some here. I also have Burnt Umber from Daniel Smith. Okay, I think I might start with a Burnt Umber, like a thin layer of it. I'm trying to read some more comments. Hannah says, in a college art class, we had to draw someone in a circle of students. I drew a girl across from me, but it looked just like the guy sitting next to her. That is too funny. Liz says, I'm really good and confident at painting animals, critters, and nature. I am doing several paintings with mystic creatures and elf women. Wow, that sounds so cool. And then she says, that way I don't have to make the people look perfect. Elves are easier. I can definitely see that. Desiree says, I still want to stray into fantasy-related paintings, like nature with a touch of fantasy, but I'm not there yet. Yeah, I really like that idea. I have thought about also painting like unicorns, just like in a magical setting, of course, with like Luna moths, because I love Luna moths. Yeah, I do have some fantasy artwork too that I have in my house. So I love fantasy a lot. And yeah, so I'm definitely attracted to fantasy as well. I'm not there yet either. I don't know if my art journey will go that way or not. I guess we'll just see. But right now, I'm just really enjoying painting things in nature, in animals. So yeah, I'm just starting with a light layer of brown And when this dries, I will build up the values in color. Okay. Hi Mary, how are you? Mary says, good morning sunshine. Aw. It's not sunny here. I wish it was. It's a cloudy day, unfortunately, but at least it's like nice out today. I don't think it's supposed to rain. Michelle says, OMG Allison, you'll love the Northeast. It's right up your nature living alley. Oh, gosh, I really should go. I really should travel up there. Yeah, hopefully here, maybe in a few years, Jimmy and I can make a trip up there. Liz says, lots of New Yorkers out in Arizona. The ones I meet are really nice. Must be the atmosphere. I work in an essential business. We have a lot of customers off the Navajo reservation. Oh yeah, they have a lot of cases of the virus. And she says if I was going to get it, I would have. Yeah. Allison says the fall is the best time to see New England. The fall colors are so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I'm sure. I love fall. Hannah says to Liz, I love painting fairies and mermaids. It is easier to paint a person when you are making them up. That is so cool. Mermaids, I've never painted a mermaid. Is anyone partaking in the Mermaid challenge this month? Okay, I'm going to use my size 8 round brush here, and I think I'm going to start painting in the wings. So I am thinking that I will use this Payne's Gray, maybe. This is from Daniel Smith. And I'll just put some up here on my palette. I've never used Payne's Gray, but I've heard great things about this color, and I love it. It's kind of like has like a blue tint. And I love it. It's so pretty. Okay, so I'm going to start with this wing up here. I love this color. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do a layer of this, and when this layer dries, I will maybe darken some areas to give him more depth. I feel like I say that a lot. Depth. To kind of like I don't know what I'm trying to say. Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is about today, but I I can't like get my thoughts across into words. I'm trying to make the edge of him like not super perfectly straight. There are some curves, some like little curves. Okay. I'm going to add a bit more gray, Payne's gray. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to move on to this wing up here. Mary says doing great, so she's doing great, and she says, yes, travel north. This season changing is incredible. Liz says mermaids are wonderful. Hannah says someday we hope to open an Airbnb. Ooh, that's so fun. And she says when I do, I'd love for you to visit. Oh my goodness, that sounds wonderful. I've to be completely honest, I've kind of dreamed of opening an Airbnb as well, like in the future, like someday. Jimmy and I we like to go. Oh wow, I can't talk. A few times a year, go to Airbnbs, usually like in Michigan, and like for weekend trips. And it's usually so much fun. There are some really beautiful Airbnbs. I think one of the Airbnbs we stayed in Michigan had like I don't know if you know who this is, but a Frank Lloyd Wright style. And it was really cool. Desiree says, I love Payne's Gray. It's my favorite color to use in black subjects together with my new, I'm going to say this, okay, I can't say that. Roman Schmal paint. Michelle says, I love the indigo from Daniel Smith, my favorite color to use. Indigo. Yeah, I don't know if I have that one. I'll have to look that up. And then Allison says, I love indigo too. Neutral tint. Desiree says, indigo is beautiful, but I recently discovered Indanthrone blue, and oh my, that is so beautiful, and the mixes it makes are so nice. And then Allison agrees with that, and she says, I especially love the M. Graham version, anthraquinone blue. Wow, I should, I need to look all those up if you guys love them so much. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to these wings down here. I'm going to use Payne's Gray again. Okay, I think I'm going to change over to my size 4 round brush. I think I'm going to leave a little bit of white, like a sliver of white, in between these two wings. At least for now. Sometimes I like to do that. So yesterday I came out with a new YouTube video of my favorite watercolor supplies. Have any of you watched that yet? Yeah, I just shared my top favorite watercolor supplies. And yeah, I'll link that in the description. So let me know in the chat or in the comments, what are your favorite watercolor supplies? Like, what are your favorite paints, favorite brands, paper, brushes? Or even like your favorite paint colors you like to use. Okay, I'm trying to use the very tip of my brush. Okay, I'm going to grab my size 0 round brush. Okay. Doing a lot of thinking right now. Sorry, I'm so quiet. Okay, I think I'm going to do like a very thin layer of this Payne's Gray into this yellow, just slightly, like at the very top. Okay, now I'm taking my size 0 round brush with some clean water, and I'm going to blend. Okay, I think this is good for now. I will go back in and add some more detail and stuff. And this is dry. Desiree says, I think I would already be satisfied just playing with a bunch of paints all day instead of ever painting anything. And she says, I'm gonna watch it soon. Haven't had time yet, but looking forward to it. And Allison says, I have tried way too many, but I still want to try others. I have a serious paint addiction. I feel like I would have a serious paint addiction if I had the money to buy like all of the paints. If I did, I probably would, to be honest. Just out of curiosity and to try like all these different kinds of paint brands and stuff. Desiree says there is no such thing as too much paint. Grain says, I have to go now, but I might try to come back later if you are still here. Well, I'm glad that you could hang out with us a little bit. Bye. Bye, Grain. Eva says, I have watched it and I'm in love with the fine-tech metallic watercolors. I want them so bad. Yeah, these, I have them right here. These are so pretty. I love to use these iridescent colors. They're so fun. Desiree says, Fine Tech are super nice. I love their two flip-flop colors. Flip-flop colors? I don't know if I know what you're talking about. Allison says, they are really nice. Sarah says, I'm painting the monarch butterfly. Yay! My monarch butterfly I love so much. It's my favorite one so far. And yeah, you're going to love painting that one. Desiree says, be careful with the Payne's Gray on the yellow because of the blue undertone in it, it will become green if you mix it too much. Good to note, yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. Okay, and Allison says, it is okay, Allison, I am going to send you more. What? If you guys don't know Allison Evans, she sent me, I opened this in my last, oops, sorry, my last studio vlog, and she sent me all of these beautiful colors, and also the ones I'm using today. So, it's so nice of her. Desiree says, their flip-flop colors change color depending on how the light hits them. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. Zinni says, I have such an addiction to buying paint, but now I'm making my own, so my supply has tripled in size. I saw that you're making your own paints. That's so cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So are you making them from like things you find in nature, like berries and what else? Flowers, like flower petals and stuff? That's where it says camera earthquake. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to now paint in this wing, and yeah, when I do another layer, like, and add some detail, I probably will use black, like around the yellow, because I didn't even think about that. The paint's gray is a little, like, has some blue, so I don't want my yellow to start looking green, like on the outside. I'm just going to paint in all of this, not leave any white. Oh yeah, I think Desiree, isn't it one of your goals to someday make paint? Like have your own paint line or something? Okay. Concentrating super hard over here. Now I'm trying to make this wing symmetrical to this one. So I'm really trying to make sure that as I'm painting that it's symmetrical. One of the big challenges I have with painting butterflies is making them look symmetrical. Okay, I think that's good for now. Don't want to add too much of this Payne's gray over the yellow. Like that Desiree said, it could turn green. Okay, yeah, I think that's good for now. So next, I think I'm going to work on his body. Cindy says I've done that, but I am using pigments and handmade binder and hoping that my watercolors turn out. I used them on the Miami Blue and this one so far, and they seem to look nice. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's so cool, Cindy. And Allison says that she doesn't have the patience to make her own. and Cindy says it's a very long process. Desiree has to eat dinner. Okay. Yeah, hopefully we're still here. If not, I guess you can always catch the replay. Patricia says, Allison, do you have any kind of schedule for your work days? How many hours would you say you paint a day or a week? Yeah, okay, let me think about this. So I try my best to paint in the mornings. So usually about 3 days a week I paint in the mornings for like 3 or 4 hours because I am most productive in the mornings and I'm most like, I have the most energy, because I found that if I wait until the afternoon to paint, I'm usually like low on energy and it's hard for me to like concentrate. So I try to paint in the mornings, and then, but it's usually Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, and then Friday, of course, this live video. But it also depends on like what I'm working on at the time. Like if I am putting together like a watercolor class, usually I don't paint very much that week. And I usually work from like 7:30 in the morning until 5, but throughout that time I'm also taking breaks, like to go for a walk and shower and lunch. So it's probably about, I probably work about 8 or 7 hours a day. And yeah, I hope that answers your question. Sarah says, Allison, have you thought what watercolor pencils you're going to use? Yeah, so yesterday I just bought I bought some watercolor pencils yesterday. I bought the Faber-Castell set of 36. So they should arrive in a few weeks. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm excited to try them out. And like try out something different. So have any of you tried watercolor pencils? Let me know your thoughts on them. I just thought I would try them out, make a video about them maybe, and yeah. The Faber-Castell pencils seem to get a lot of like good reviews, and a lot of people seem to like them. So yeah. Okay, I'm going to darken parts of his body with it's burnt umber and this sepia that I'm using. So I'm going to kind of start here, and he's like round right here, like it's like that. And then his little head, so cute. Okay, and now I'm cleaning my brush and add some clean water to blend. I still want to leave some of that light brown underneath. I don't want to paint over all of him, so I'm trying to wipe some of this away. Okay, I'm going to take my size 0 round brush. I'm going to paint in his head. Okay, when this brown is dry, I'm going to paint in his eyes. Sarah says the butterfly is looking great. Thank you. I was really excited to paint this one. It just looks so beautiful. Hannah says, I have the Derwent 12 set. They work well and blend well. I like to draw my paintings on them, like with them, especially the places I don't want pencil lines to show. Yeah, that's one of the brands I was thinking about buying. I really wanted that one too, but I only told myself that I will buy only one brand, like one set for now. And then I decided on the Faber-Castell. It was a hard decision. I took a few days to like really think about what brand to buy. And yeah, one of the ways I want to use watercolor pencils is to draw my paintings, my watercolor paintings first. Because now I use pencil, and my pencil lines sometimes show up underneath my paintings, which is okay. Like, I don't think it's too big of a deal. I kind of see it as like just part of the painting, but it would be nice to like not have them show up. question says, yeah, the Derwent Inktense pencils are very nice. I I was thinking about buying those. I was doing some research, like, and then those came up, and I was really thinking about buying those, but I didn't. I decided to only buy like watercolor pencils and like just one brand, because I don't want to, I don't know, you know how it is, have to watch what you spend. I don't want to buy like a ton of art supplies. I don't know. Sometimes I'm stingy on money. I'm a penny pincher. But yeah, I've heard of those, and it seems like a lot of people like them. I would like to try them someday. Try them out. Kiana says, this butterfly is looking so elegant. Thank you. Thank you so much. When I was going through my butterfly book, planning out this challenge, I flipped to the page that has this butterfly on it, and I just couldn't say no. I had to be like, okay, this is going to be one of the butterflies. Like, it really caught my eye. It's a beautiful butterfly. Hannah says, the graphite paper is great, but so hard to erase off of Arch's paper. I have had trouble too. I found that if I press too hard when I trace my sketch or whatever onto my watercolor paper, that it is difficult to erase the pencil lines. Yeah, so I try my best to not press too hard when I trace them and use that graphite paper. Patricia says, I'm also that kind of person that takes ages to make a decision on which brand to buy. I am so glad I'm not alone. It's just, you know, sometimes, you know, art supplies are expensive, like good art supplies. And so it's kind of like, oh no, there's so many options. It's hard to decide what to like invest your money in. All right. Allison says, I have the Faber-Castell and the Caradache. Both are really nice. I just need to learn how to use them. Yeah, I have no idea how to use watercolor pencils. So if anyone has, like, knows of a good YouTube tutorial, I mean, I'll probably look myself, but let me know, because I will definitely be looking for tutorials on how to use them. Hannah says, I've been looking at the Inktense pencils too, but since I already have the regular Derwent and they work well, I need to use them up. Okay. I am trying to think what I want to do next. So, I think I'm going to add another layer to these wings here. Maybe use some black. So I'm going to take my size 8 round brush. And this black is from Winsor & Newton. It's called Ivory Black. And I think I'm going to add it like on the outside, like on the edge. I still want some of the Payne's gray to show. I don't want to like cover all this with black. Okay, maybe I'll also take some Payne's gray. Okay. Alright, I'm going to paint this wing here the same way. I guess I'll take some black again. So what are your guys' plans today after this live tutorial? What are you up to? I will probably go for a walk and maybe take a nap. I have some business things I probably should do today. I also need to, like I do after every live tutorial, I need to take a photo, like some photos of this butterfly, and make the thumbnail image for this video. Okay, now I'm going to take some Payne's gray again. I feel like if I painted this butterfly, like if I had to redo it, maybe I wouldn't use the black. Maybe I would just use the Payne's gray. I think I'm going to wipe some of this away down here just to make it a little lighter, to add some more interest. Like I don't want this to just, his wings to just be like one color. Kind of want some variation, like some highlights here and there. All right, I think that's fine. Hannah says, oh wait, I already read that. Okay. Eva says, after the live, I'm going to continue studying and doing my finals. My finals for university. I am doing my break with you. Wow, you must be super stressed out. Oh my gosh, I do not miss those days at all. I hated taking tests. Like, it is not fun. I wish you luck. I hope that your finals go well. So, do you have any plans for after your school year is over? Like this summer, are you taking any classes this summer, or are you doing other things? Or are you graduating? Okay, so now I'm going to work on these two bottom wings. I think I'll take some black and I'll work around the yellow part. So again, I'm using the ivory black from Winsor & Newton. And just darkening up this area a little bit. And then I'm going to do like a very thin layer of black. Just at the very top. Because this yellow fades, it fades into the black. So I'm trying to mimic that with my paint. Okay, I think I might add some black here on the inner part of this wing. And now I'm cleaning my brush and I am going to blend into the yellow a little bit. I think I'm going to add a bit more. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Allison says that this is looking beautiful. Thank you. Those of you who are painting this butterfly with me, how's it going? Are you painting this butterfly. So I'm really trying to, as I'm painting this wing, I'm really trying to make sure it looks symmetrical to this one. Okay, let's see. I think I might add some more yellow in some areas. And I might add some gold, like one of these fun gold colors. Eva says, thank you so much, Allison. And Summer, I was planning on going to Menorca. I never heard of that place. Menorca. To celebrate finishing the grade with my friends and working in a summer camp, but due to the virus, all that is canceled. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. That's such a bummer. And she says, and I was planning work for the first time as a teacher in September, but I don't know if I will. So I have no plans now. Aww. And she says, I just finished the American Painted Lady. That's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'm so excited to see yours. And Ashton says to Galetta that she totally gets it. And she says, I will be starting as a first-time teacher next year in August, but I still think distant learning will be a thing. So I have no clue what I'm supposed to do as an art teacher. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What do art teachers do? That must be hard to like teach distant learning to students as an art teacher. Yeah, my sister, she's a middle school teacher, and yeah, I just hope all of this gets better for like schools and stuff. It must be hard to like deal with. I know she had a lot of trouble like as a teacher teaching distance, wow, teaching virtually to her students, especially middle school. Okay, so this is from KMS Watercolor, and I have a link to her shop below with a coupon code, and I'm just taking, it's like gold, like this gold color, and I'm just adding it in some areas of this yellow. It's really pretty. Going to add some over here. So Sydney, I don't know if you're still watching, but do you like when you like are you planning on selling your handmade paints? Like, or are you just planning on have it be for you? Okay, let's see. I think I still might add more of this over here. Maybe kind of blend this into the gray. Okay. Now I'm going to finish up his body. So let's see, I think I'm going to take my size 0 round brush. And some Payne's Gray. Now I'm cleaning my brush and loading it with some water. So I kind of want his body to like kind of blend into the wings, if that makes sense. I don't want there to be like too much of a distinction between his wings and his body. And I don't want to paint this Payne's Gray over like all of him. I still want that brown to show. And I think I'm going to paint his eyes with the Payne's Gray. Sorry, I just bumped my tripod. I wonder if, should I put my camera closer? I'm going to put it a little closer for you guys. So you can see better. Okay. Allison says, beginning teaching is stressful enough to begin with, without all this craziness. I wish you both good luck. It will get easier. Yeah, I wish you, Ashton and Eva, luck. I hope that it goes well for you this coming school year. And Eva says, Minagra is one of the Balearic Islands next to Ibiza. Oh my goodness, I am like butchering these names. I'm so sorry. They are in the Mediterranean Sea. Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. That sounds so amazing. And she says, and yes, I also don't know how to do distant learning. And Cindy says, I'm still watching. In the future, I plan on selling, but right now I'm just learning how to do it, which she talked about making paints. And she says, because it's trial and error at this stage, but it is really fun. Eva says, thank you to Allison Evans. And yeah, okay, let's see. Hi Fallon, how are you? She says, so pretty. I'll be starting mine after work today. Awesome. Fallon has been making these beautiful butterflies for the challenge digitally. So she's been painting them. Are you using Procreate or like Photoshop? And they're so beautiful. Like her style and like the texture she uses in them, it's just so beautiful. I'm always like impressed every time I see her butterflies for this challenge. Okay, so I'm really trying to make this eye symmetrical as I can to this one. I'm really trying. Maybe they're a little too big. So now I'm just trying to finish up his face. Yeah, Eva says that the body is the most hard part for her, and I have to agree with that because when I think of painting butterflies, I totally forget about the body part. Like I always focus on the wings, and then when it comes to the body, I'm like, oh, how should I do this? Now I'm going to darken the outside of his body with Payne's Gray. I'm blending with some water. Allison says, I tried using a glass dip pen with watercolor for the antenna. I was able to get a nice fine lines. It may be cheating, but it works well. That is a good idea. Yeah, I have trouble trying to make my antenna like as thin as possible. I have to admit, some like a few times I've used, well, not during this challenge, but a few times before when I painted butterflies, I used a micron pen because of how tricky it can be to paint the antenna as like thin as you can. Okay, I'm going to add some Payne's Gray up here, just like a thin layer. All right, I think that's good. I think I might be done, at least for now, with his body. I don't know if I will paint any more over here. So I'm now going to paint the antennas. I have my trusty size 1 script liner brush from Princeton Neptune. And I'm going to use Payne's Gray here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start at the very top. Okay. I am taking a few seconds to change the battery in my camera. I'm also filming a little bit for my vlog, so my battery died. Okay. Valen says that she uses Procreate. And Allison says, oh, I already read that. Hi FREEBIES, how are you doing? She says, nice butterfly, thank you. Ashton says to Allison that, oh, the pen is a great idea. My hand gets so shaky when I'm trying to do the antenna. Yeah, I think we all struggle painting the antenna. It is quite nerve-wracking, and the veins of the butterfly. Okay, so now I'm going to paint the other one. Okay, I'm starting at the top. The right antenna is always much more challenging for me because like if I have my paper taped down, I can't like turn it. So I have to like angle my hand awkwardly. Okay, actually I'm going to start at the bottom. I feel like that'd be easier. Okay. All right. I do have a little, like, wow. What is the word I'm thinking of? I messed up a little bit right here. I might add a touch of white gouache just right here to make that a little thinner. Anyways. Hannah says, you can use watercolor paint in the metal pin nibs or glass pins. I assume that's what Allison uses, though ink would work well too. What watercolor paint in the, Liz says, I do competition rifle shooting. I use the same breathing techniques I use in shooting to paint the antenna. Wow. So do you like take a like exhale and then paint your antenna? Is that what you do? I've never shot a gun, so I don't really know. But okay, so now we are going to work on the details. We basically painted in like all of the main sections, so now it's time to add details. And let's see, do we want to do the veins first? I don't think I want to paint the veins yet. Let's go ahead and add the little details around the yellow and blue. So I am going to take Payne's gray, I think, at least for the blue, like around this blue here and here. So I'm taking some Payne's gray from Daniel Smith. And I'm looking at this butterfly in my butterfly book. And this blue kind of, or this black Payne's gray, kind of blends slightly into the blue. So I'm going to try and mimic that with some little tiny dots just on the outside. And there's a line that goes here, like a vein, too. I might paint that in, maybe. Oops. Gonna lighten that up. Then there's another vein over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and paint that in. I think it's oh, this is stressful. I think it's like right here. Okay. Oh, Liz says, don't hold your breath. Breathe slowly and paint as you slowly exhale. Thank you, Liz. Thank you for that tip. That's really helpful. Okay. So I think now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I can barely see my pencil line for this vein. I think it's here. And here's the other one. Now I'm adding some little tiny specks. So what has been your favorite butterfly from this challenge so far? And if you are new here and you don't know about the butterfly painting challenge, there's a link in the description if you would like to see what it's all about. My favorite one has been the monarch butterfly, and I also really liked the mother of pearl butterfly. And this one here, I'm really liking a lot. Desiree is back. Yay! Hi, Desiree. And she says she can't make the metal nib work on the cold pressed paper. It's too textured. And Allison says that she struggles with that as well. Yeah, I don't have a nib thing, so I can't like try that out. Okay, it's going to shake. I'm going to move my phone up a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now we're going to work on the yellow part. Joy says the mother of pearl is definitely her favorite one so far. Yeah, that one was so much fun to paint. Okay, I'm going to kind of, let's see, maybe add some tiny little details on the outside of the yellow, like I did with the blue, but not as much because I already like how it looks. I don't want to like mess it up. And I might also add some like an outline too. We'll see. Desiree says that the American Painted Lady has been her favorite. Eva says that her favorite, she says my favorite of all the ones I have done is the Eastern Tiger Swallowtail. Cindy says the Monarch has been her favorite. And so has the Malachite. I think I said that right. Malachite. So that one is the next butterfly after this one here. I think it's for tomorrow I think it's for, yeah, Saturday and Sunday, right? I think that's right. I'll be starting that one, I think tomorrow. Or maybe it's for Sunday and Monday. It's hard to keep track of all these butterflies. Okay, now I'm going to kind of add some little tiny details. I just have a little bit of paint spray on my brush. It's kind of like dry brushing, not very much water. Desiree says that the Eastern Tiger Swallowtail is definitely her favorite too. And we have 21 likes so far. Okay, yeah, we might not get to our like goal today. Our like goal is 35. So if you're watching and you haven't liked this video yet, it would be awesome if you could. Once we hit 35 likes, I will show some portrait paintings that I've painted. I don't paint portraits very much at all, really. A few years ago, I did practice portraits with oil, and if we get to 35 likes, I will show you 2 of them, which were, I think, the only 2 I have. Maybe the other ones I threw away. I don't really know. But yeah, I'll share those with you. Sarah says that she loves the butterfly. I am really happy how this one is turning out. It's really beautiful. I added a lot of this color here. It's a little too much. So I'm trying to take some off with my brush and some water. Okay, all right. I feel like I can just keep going and going and going with all this detail. I'm going to add some more gold. Some more of this gold paint from KMS Watercolor. Okay, so now I think it's time to add the veins of this butterfly. Desiree says that she's excited to hear that I ordered the watercolor pencils. I am thrilled to get them. I can't wait. Joy says, I really love the way this butterfly came out. I like the contrast of the dark and bright colors. The blue looks like it's glowing. It's so nice. Thank you. Desiree says, I love them. Have been wanting to do a video with how I use them, but haven't come around with it. You don't see many videos on how to use them on paintings and in illustrations. Yeah, I really like to try them out, and if I like them and am good with using them, I would like to make some tutorials on how to use watercolor pencils, like actual paintings with them. Okay, so I'm going to move my phone up. It will be shaky. I want you to be able to see the whole butterfly as I paint the veins. Or actually, maybe I'll just move a little closer. Sorry, guys. And we'll do the top veins and the ones for the bottom two wings. And I'm not adding a ton of more paint to this painting, so I think I might actually take off the tape so that I can like move my painting around, so I don't have to keep moving the tripod and have it be super shaky. So yeah, I'm going to take this tape off. Hannah says to Desiree that, yeah, she should make a video. You should, Desiree. I'll probably make a video about the watercolor pencils, just me like opening them and testing them out for the first time. Nothing too like serious or anything. Desiree says Lisa Ann Watkins uses them too. That's where I first heard of them. And then she says, I really want to, Hannah, most videos about them just use them in coloring books and stuff, but you can do so much more with them. And Hannah says the body of this butterfly turned out perfect. Thank you. So now I can move this around and I don't have to move my camera. make it all shaky. Okay, so let's paint the veins. I think I'm going to use white gouache here. This is from Winsor & Newton, and I have some on my palette here already that I'm going to reactivate with water. I'm just using my brush here, reactivating it a little bit, and I think I might mix some with the Payne's Gray. Who here uses white gouache for some of your paintings? It comes in handy a lot of the time for me. Okay, so I have, it's like a gray-white, and I'm just cleaning my brush right now. Eva says, I'm excited about those future videos about watercolor pencils. Yay! I'm glad you are. I'm excited too. Desiree says, mine are used too much to do that. And, oh, to do an unboxing video. You could probably do a video just like, oh, I've used these watercolor pencils a lot, and these are my thoughts on it, and here's like a little tutorial. You could do something like that because you've already used them, so you probably know like the good things about them, and if there are any like things you don't like about them, you can share that. Let's see. Desiree says, I love that you used Payne's Gray for this one. I think it adds so much more dimension to the painting. Thank you. I have Allison Evans to thank for that. She gave me this Payne's Gray, and I've never used Payne's Gray, and I really love it. Okay, so I have my liner brush here, my size 1 liner script brush, and I'm dipping it in my gouache Payne's Gray mixture. Okay, all right, here we go. I can't see my pencil lines that I made with like for the veins, so we're just going to hope that everything goes okay. And I am using my butterfly book as a reference. So I'm going to start with there's a vein here that dips down. I'm so glad I took the tape off, because now I can like move it. I feel like it'll be so much easier. Okay. All right, here we go. So it kind of starts here in the middle, where this wing meets with his body, kind of starts in the middle of that. And all right, so nervous. Okay, let me dab my brush a little bit on my paper towel. I have a lot of water and paint in it. Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna turn this way. Maybe that won't do much help. Okay. All right. I'm going to take my size 4 round brush, add some clean water to it, and I'm going to kind of blend this vein, like feed it a little bit. I don't want it to look like it automatically stops. I kind of want to fade that. I might have to touch up some areas with Payne's Gray. And I'm kind of fading this area here. Okay, there's a FedEx truck. I might have to leave the live stream for a minute. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. All right, I'm reading some of your comments here. Catch up on them. Aww. You guys are so sweet. Okay, I am going to continue these veins. So there's another vein, and it starts where this one started. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and paint the same vein over here. I like to do that like one vein at a time on each wing. Helps me make these wings like symmetrical, like instead of doing just one wing, like all the veins on one wing and then go to the other one. This makes it easier. Okay. Oh, I can already tell this one's not not symmetrical. It's all right. I'm just trying my best. It's okay. Darn. Darn. I don't know. It's not symmetrical. Now it's bothering me. Is there anything I can do? Okay, I need to plug my phone in. It's going to shake for a minute. Okay. Oh, Eva has a good idea. Doing a collab video. That would be fun. would be so much fun. Joy says, it's okay. Once you start adding more veins, it should help. Okay, maybe I should just move on. I don't know if there's much I can do. All right. So there's another vein that starts right here. And okay. So I'm gonna like do this vein that goes like this, and then dips and goes straight. Oh my goodness. These beans are like, I should have like made this more in and then dip, but it's okay. It's fine. Now I'm going to try to make this as symmetrical as I can. So here. Okay. um, Desiree. Oh, no, I think you're talking about me. Are you talking about me, Desiree? um, okay. Oh my gosh. So this vein continues here, and it curves up. Okay. All right. And same here. Oops, sorry, you can't see that. I'm sorry, guys. All right, and then there's a vein that emerges like right here. And I'm going to kind of fade this vein. And there's another vein that starts like in between here and here. Oh, thank you, Joyce. Joyce says, You got this. Thank you. I need the support. Desiree says, oh, I'm talking about your channel and Insta. It's so much bigger than me that I feel guilty for not bringing so much to a collab. What? No, honestly, I wouldn't do a collab with you just to grow my following. Like that wouldn't be why I would do it. I would do it just because it'd be something fun to do, and I don't know. I really like you as like an Insta friend and a fellow artist. Like I wouldn't do it to grow my following. I would do it because it would just be fun and something that we can both do together. Yeah, I don't put too much emphasis or too much, what is the word I'm trying to say? I don't know, like on numbers, like on followers. Anyways. So this bean, it starts here and then it kind of, yeah, it fades. Like that. Okay. Whew. All right, and then we have the other one on the other wing. Okay, I'm taking my size 4 round brush and I'm gonna kind of blend this vein a little bit, and kind of right here too. It's a little too harsh looking. And let's see, I'm going to add some of this gouache again, but more like up here. And I'm using my size 0 round brush. Okay. Okay, I'm cleaning my brush and I'm gonna kind of blend this a little bit because I feel like it's a little too, like compared to this one here, it's a little too much. Yeah, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but you know what? It's okay. Okay, I am reading some of your comments. You guys are so encouraging to each other. I love that. Sunny says, I just started with an art social media and I'm so nervous. That's awesome, Sydney. Share your, is it Instagram you started with? Share that in the chat so that we can support you. And any other art social medias you have. We would love to support you. Allison says, I don't post much of what I do. I don't think I'm good enough for that yet. Allison, guys, okay, hold on. I keep bumping my tripod. I'm sorry. I think it's still okay no matter where you are in your art journey. If you want to have, if you want to have like a art Instagram or something, because it's just a good way to kind of track your progress. And because sometimes I like to look back at my very first art posts and just see like how much I've grown as an artist. It's just really cool. Anyways, Desiree says social media can be scary, kind of scary, but focus on having fun with it. The rest will come with time. Exactly. Sydney says, I'm 19 and hopefully to officially start a business, and it makes me nervous, but it's really exciting stuff. I've been having so much fun since I started, and I'm glad there's a lot of support. That's awesome, Sydney. I don't know if you guys know, but I have a video on how to start an art business here on my YouTube channel. I give you my tips and like advice on if I would start my art business again, like what I would change, like what I would do differently. Okay, so I'm going to now paint in the veins down here in these two wings. I have my size 1 script liner brush. And I'm grabbing some of that gouache Payne's gray mixture. And there's a vein that starts here, and then it kind of breaks into two, and it becomes these two veins here. So okay, and I'm gonna paint this one. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I keep bumping my tripod. I'm really trying to be symmetrical. Okay. And now I'm going to okay, so taking my size 4 round brush here, and I'm going to kind of fade these veins. I think I might go ahead and just use this gouache for here too, on those veins. I'm not sure how I like that. I guess I can always paint some, like repaint them with black if I want. Joy says, it's not perfectly symmetrical, but what really is. Looks great, thank you. Oh, Cindy, yeah, you can post your socials in the art community. So we have a nature artist Facebook group. If you don't know, guys, Desiree and I made it, and it's linked in the description of this video if you want to join. So yeah, you can share your socials in there, or like in the comment section or in this chat if you want, just like what your handle is. Let's see. Hannah says, I have started an Instagram account but haven't been brave enough to post pics yet. And Desiree says, one thing I learned along the way is that I wished I started Instagram earlier in my art journey because learning takes time and just have fun with it in the beginning is really nice. Yeah, and plus it takes like if your goal is to like have an art business and like sell your art, then it is a good idea to start your Instagram as soon as you can, because it takes years, guys, years to like grow your Instagram to like and like find customers. I've had mine now for almost 3 years and I'm just now almost to 2,000, which I'm very thankful for. But if like it took me 3 years to like get there, so it takes a long time. Okay. All right, and then there's a vein, let's see, that starts here and it goes down here. Okay. All right, I feel like that's a lot more white than this one. I'm gonna kind of fade it a little bit with this brush. All right. Desiree says, such a steady hand. I'm trying here. And another vein is here. It kind of just, from the photo in my butterfly book, it kind of just starts somewhere. Like it doesn't connect. At least in my book. I'm just gonna fade that a little bit. Okay. And then I'm just gonna use some squash here. Okay. We're almost there, guys. We're almost done. Sydney says it's Worldly Creations on Instagram and Worldly Creations on Facebook. Just starting though, so there's not much there at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look you up on there and follow you. Michelle says, left to do errands and came back to this lovely painting coming together. Love, love, love. Yay. Desiree says, I've had my Instagram for 3.5 years, I think now, and I am creeping up to 700. So yeah, it takes time. Yeah, it does. For some artists, they grow quickly. Some grow, you know, somewhat quickly, and some grow very slowly. I feel like I'm growing slowly, but I am thankful for every follower of mine. So I'm very grateful. And just don't compare yourself. Try not to compare your Instagram to others. I know I do that a lot, but you just have to try your best not to compare your follower growth to others, because what was I gonna say? Because you don't, I don't know what I was gonna say. Wow, I was trying to go for some encouraging speech, but it didn't happen. Sorry, guys. just try not to compare your Instagram growth to others, because it's just you'll just feel bad. I know that I struggle with that a lot, and many others do. But anyways, I'm almost done. I think I'm going to add some little details like with white gouache. And then I think I'm going to be done. So I'm going to take my size, wait, not that one. Take my size 0 round brush here. And grab some white gouache, which I'm using this. I'm just going to take some right out of the tube. And add some little, I'm going to try not to mess this up. I just want to add some little highlights. In my book, there's some like little highlights that I really like. I kind of want to mimic a little bit. So I'm going to add some up here. I might kind of paint over that area. I don't know if I like that very much. I don't really know what I'm going for here. I'm just kind of playing around. Cindy says that she has to go. Thank you, Cindy, for hanging out with us. I'm glad that you can join us for a lot of the stream. Oh my goodness. I added too much. Okay. I'm going to take some Payne's Gray. All right. Okay, I think I am done for now. I might add some more detail later. But yeah, I think I'm done. I'm gonna grab my phone. So here we go. What do you guys think? It was so much fun. I can't wait to see your plain butterfly. Yeah, here's my desk. Chat. My butterfly book. And I've been filming. Wow, oops. My phone is plugged in, so I can't go far. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera around. Hold on. Let me unplug it. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for this live stream. It was a lot of fun. I can't wait to see your butterfly. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful, wow, I just repeated myself. Obviously, I'm kind of tired. I'm so tired. These lives tire me out, but yeah, I love him. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. And I appreciate you all so much. Oh, I was reading Hannah's comment. Yeah, it's always so hard to say goodbye to you guys. I'm like, what else do I want to talk to you about? Oh, thank you, Eva. Joy says, go eat some lunch and rest up. I will do that. It is lunchtime. It's like almost 1 now, and I'm really hungry. Okay, bye. Bye, guys. Appreciate you. Bye. Bye, Sarah. Okay, bye. Bye, Sarah. Bye, Allison. Bye, Desiree. Bye, Fallon. Oh no, my battery's gonna die. Bye, Michelle. Bye, Hannah. Bye, guys.